Joe Thomas in the morning, and joining us for the Equal Time segment, Ron Farron has ceded some of it to Scott Schultz, who last time I saw you, we were talking about why you decided so quickly not to run, and I'm sorry you did, because hey, you know, I'm thinking the more the merrier.
Oh, I think so too. I think it also helps bring in a lot more people into the movement and the party, and getting our point across. And that's kind of where the story kind of leads into, is that one of the things I wanted to work with was reaching out to those who are not with the R next to their name. Go ahead.
So you're talking about that big mass of independents that honestly, you know, are out there. We know they're out there. You know, we see them, you know, registered as independents in Virginia, and you know, 20-25% of the electorate pretty much in this area is independent. So is that who you're talking to?
That too. Also, there's a lot of people that have been voting Democrat for a long time, and they've been really turned off lately, and they just can't get over that idea of reaching over and actually putting themselves into the Republican column. It's something they haven't grown up with, and it's very hard to do.
1980 was a long time
ago. Yes, it was. And so that's one of the things I wanted to talk to. It was to get more outreach, to more talk to these people instead of talking to people that just think like me, or are just in conventions like me, or are at the rallies just like me. I wanted to talk to the people that were not used to getting involved, because until they rise up, that's who we need to get going. Is those people that need to be awakened.
Well, so how did you come to, and what did Ron say that drew you towards what Ron had been saying both in Lynchburg and thereafter?
Well, in Lynchburg we talked. I really liked the way he handled himself and the way he was working on the stage, and you know, had I hate to say the word, but Reagan-esque kind of attitude on some things. And then I talked to him and said, you know, one thing you could really do is come to downtown mall and just talk to people on Fridays.
That's when you started doing it.
Yes. Yes.
I wondered what masochistic streak in Ron Farron would have him come weekly to the downtown Charlottesville Mall.
Well, there he was, just talking to anybody who would talk to him. You know, getting signatures and talking to people about a range of questions. A lot of them didn't like him, but they said, you know what, I support the process. I'm going to sign your petition, even though they might not like to vote. So that also showed me the ability to cross over, to get out of necessarily the Republican column. You know, yes, have your core principles, have your quiet determination as to what you want to get done, but don't shut off people. And that's what has turned off a lot of Democrats and a lot of independent voters, is being shut off.
For example, our current Attorney General would win his Senate seat in Northern Virginia frequently in a district no other Republican came within 5 or 6 points of winning an election in, which just tells me there are Democrats in that northern part of Virginia who liked what Ken Cuccinelli stood for. And he articulated his message with passion and fervor and with clarity, so that somebody say, well, he's not some crazy raving loony, or whatever the party is they have in England, the monster raving loony, and he makes some sense. And so even Democrats were voting for Ken Cuccinelli. And I think that's something that drives the national and statewide Democrats crazy, is that, you know, in Ken's district, and I think across a lot of Virginia, there were a lot of Democrats that voted for him. So you think Ron is that kind of guy?
Oh, yes.